I get the issue of the butt a lot, right? And if you recall in Y Tu Mama Tambien, Gael and Diego show their ass for like 87% of the movie. Now, I guess that's the difference between two beautiful, handsome butts and an ugly butt, because their butts are never mentioned. They're embraced, it's art. Diego's looks like it's freshly powdered. But for me, it's, why do you gotta show your butt? So, it's just interesting. I don't know, double standard. I'm not bitter. This was an idea I'd had for a very long time, and I had heard that there was another script in Hollywood that was being written about telenovelas, and I thought, oh, I better hurry up and try to actually force someone to make this movie, or someone else will make it.
So you shot it in 22 days.
Right.
And that's
22 days.
That's kind of short for a film for you.
That's short, right. Usually my films go anywhere from 80 to 100 to 1,000 days. Step Brothers was 1,000 days, yes. Yes, thank you.
Was it difficult doing it just alone in the 22 days, let alone having to speak in a language that you didn't really know that well?
Quiero a la muchacha, solo te daré una oportunidad. Suelta a la mujer y te dejo vivir.
Matt Piedmont, our director, called it was a 22-day fever dream. Because every day I felt like I wrapped an entire movie. When I finished that day, you're like, yes, we did it! And then like, here are your lines for tomorrow. And it would start all over again.
Tienes que saber.
¿Qué es lo que tengo que saber?
Let's talk about how long this took to actually get to us so that we could see it. There was you shot it
right
almost 2 years ago.
Exactly.
And then the process of actually getting distribution.
You know, we really thought between how modest the budget was in terms of Hollywood dollars, and the fact that you know, this combination of someone from American comedy and then you know, this phenomenal cast with Diego Luna and Gael and Pedro Armendariz Jr., and that this would be one of those things that could kind of cross over into a bunch of different marketplaces, and that it would be somewhat of a not a safe bet, but an interesting bet for studios. But they all passed. They all watched it, and I think either scared away by subtitles or the insanity of the movie.
How much Spanish do you remember after doing the film? Because I know you didn't really learn it per se, but do you remember anything?
You know, my comprehension is got definitely increased, but you know, unfortunately.
You quit saying but.
Yes, I'm sorry.
We're done with that, right?
Ass. Las traseras.
Everybody should clap for that.
That's butt in Spanish. Yeah. I think, what I remember.
What was the best day on set?
I don't know if there was like an exact best day, but every moment where, you know, Genesis and I riding those horrible fake horses, like every little moment of absurdity was just joy. And there's the scene in the trip sequence where I'm in front of the white cat with all their kittens and I'm smoking cigarettes. And I was like, I literally said, what are we doing? In the best, and whenever I'm on a set saying, what are we doing, and giggling, I know it's going to be good. The first time I saw the set of the Pond of the Seven Tears, which is just fantastically horrible, and we have that whole scene of like, it's the most beautiful place I've ever seen. Those were all the best days.
How about the casting for Genesis? How did that come about?
It's a cliche Hollywood story. She was the first actress to read for us, and here comes, you know, this beautiful actress who immediately, it's the first time we'd heard any part of the script read out loud, and she's doing it completely, so seriously. she's crying at certain points. We're laughing so hard. She's like, why are you guys laughing? She felt incredibly self-conscious. We're like, because you're doing it without us saying a word to you, you're doing it exactly the way we want you to do it.
What do you want people to know about this film?
You know, obviously doing independent films, you don't get the benefit of the screening process that you have with studio films in terms of that, especially with comedy. You get to kind of tweak them and find what jokes are playing and this, that, and the other. So we only got to do it once, and we screened it actually here for a group, and one of the things that we found.
Sorry, here where?
At the ArcLight.
Oh, thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, here, in your garage.
Plug.
Yeah, but one of the things we got from the comments were how unique this movie was, and how, you know, when Hollywood gets criticized for putting out pat, you know, materials and sequels and this and that and da-da-da, that this felt like such a breath of fresh air.
How much was shot in LA versus Mexico, if at all, or was it like Bronson Canyon or something?
Let me think. 100% was shot in LA, and 0% in Mexico.
I just want to say, as a Latino growing up, having a force, you know, being forced to watch telenovelas my whole life.
Right.
I thank you for making this movie, because I haven't laughed this hard in a really long time.
Oh, good. You're welcome. No, thank you for saying that. Yeah.
One of my favorite things that I look forward to in your movies is when you get to sing songs.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
There were a few in this movie, but I'm just wondering, do you have a favorite song of all of the characters that you've done so far? Maybe a favorite line? Boats and hoes!
Boats and hoes. Well, I think Boats and Hoes is a classic. There's no doubt. Well, I have to say, I mean, this Yo No Sé song came out so great, and it's really kind of, you kind of tap your toe despite yourself.
I was actually going to ask you if you could sing a song about this Q&A for us.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you would.
Well, we've really become a family here at the Q&A. We're all from different walks of life, and some of us are even gay. We're here, we're gonna stay together, and don't think you're gonna lose me. 'Cause I'm your friend, and he's your friend, and that's the cameraman, and he's not invited to our party after the Q&A. Something like that.
Well, what will you do to help get this video that we'll put on YouTube viral so that you can get more people to see it?
Probably if I show my genitals. That would help.
Let's do that on screen.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
just
shut
do
up
that
there.
on screen and not with anybody lurking over there. That's going to happen later on. Just stay tuned to
Line
the
up
video.
if you want to come watch. One at a time for security reasons.